All right, it is 9:44, and we're going to help you out today if you're worried about your brows. Of course, salons have been closed for weeks. You can't go to get them waxed. You can't get threading, and it's probably about time for your appointment, right, if you do that. So how do you keep your brows from growing out of control without totally royally messing them up? When we have questions like this, we go to Charlton from Jeffrey Scott Apothecary. Charlton, how you doing, my love?
I'm hanging in there.
I'm so glad. I know that it's been a rough time for you and all of the other folks that own salons and places like Jeffrey Scott Apothecary. So we're gonna remind people today in just a couple of seconds how they can help you out. But first, you got to help us out with our eyebrows.
Well, the first thing you need to think about is like what equipment you have. So a great pair of tweezers, super important. Some facial scissors. You can either use the small ones, or if you have large ones for your hair, you can use those too. And then maybe some razors. This is one of my favorite things right here because it will get rid of a lot of hair really close to the skin, and it's really easy and simple to use.
Huh. Okay, where do you get that razor, by the way?
You can get this on Amazon. This is one that we really like. Tweezerman. This is the Twinkle brand.
Okay.
So see if they're available still on Amazon. You can totally do that. So that's like a cheat. Most of our clients that come in with us, we do them by hand. So we like to use tweezers, and we also use a scissor over comb technique on the brows.
Oh.
So this is super important.
Okay. All right. So my problem that I have when I try to do my own eyebrows is that I pull way too many hairs. So how do we get the right shape without pulling way too many hairs?
So what you're going to want to do is the easiest way is to fill in and map your brow out first. So like fill your brow in like you're going to a special event, make it a little stronger. You can use a pencil like this pencil from Kevin Aquan, or Beauty for Real makes a great little pomade that you want to fill everything in where you would like your brow to be, and anything that doesn't fall into that line, that's what you're going to want to get rid of.
Okay.
So when you're doing it in the mirror, like having a handy dandy mirror like this is from Restoration Hardware, and it's a light up. So on one side, it's like magnified. I think it's over 10 because like you can see every pore when you're in there. But you want to be able to like really get really close, see what it is, but then step back away and look in your regular mirror, at least 5 feet so you can get proportion. Most people kind of just stay in that mirror and just go into town over and over and over again. And then before they know it, they've like really screwed everything up because they lose that perspective being so close.
Yeah, so you have filled in your brows, and so that's the shape you want them to have. That's the curve you want them to have. And then you're just going to take all of the hairs out that don't fall in the area that you've shaped.
Exactly. So like where they should start, your brows should at least start to the tip of your nostril, and you go vertical. So that is where this should start. So if your brow starts way over here, you need to let that grow back in, and that kind of thing. So, and then also 45-degree angle from the corner, that same corner of your nostril, you go out, that's where they should end.
Okay.
So your brows are 3-dimensional, but we look at it in a 2-dimensional light. So we're looking forward. So we don't always see this side. So make sure that you always check in your sides, that you don't cut your brows too short.
And then where should the arch start?
The arch should start somewhere where it's about in the middle. So you have your 90 here, you have your 45 here, and usually it goes right through the iris, and that point, that peak should start your curve.
Okay.
So it's like the round of the color of the eye is what mimics the arch in your brow.
And so many of us get them waxed or threaded, and that just is easier and quicker. Is it something you should try at home, waxing? Probably more likely than threading, but waxing at home, or should you use a tweezer because it's just easier?
I think you either use a tweezer or razor. Sometimes they have microblades. I know Blink has a micro trimmer that's electric that works really, really well. But waxing, if you have it too hot, can burn the skin. Mm-hmm. And if it's too liquidy, it can spread, and it'll like go on the hairs that you really don't want to lose. So you have to, it's skilled art for the waxing part of it. So I would stay away from the waxing for sure.
Well, Charlton, we have to go,
also,
but I know
brows go really long. So those really long hairs, don't tweeze them. Brush your brows up, all the way up, then hold it and trim what's coming out. The trick that we do in the salon is brush everything down.
Yep.
And when it's hanging a little over, trim that part right there too. And
Brilliant.
sometimes that will make all the big difference, that you don't feel like a wolf man when you're looking in the mirror.
Brilliant. Charlton, we love you. How can people support salons right now? We've got about 10 seconds before we have to go.
You know what? Contact your salon, see what you can do, see if there's some product that you can buy, see if there's emergency kits, lend your support, buy some gift certificates. And then also don't cut your hair or do anything to it. Let it grow out in solidarity until Rooney can get back into the salon.
All right, my dear, we love you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, now I have a project for the weekend. Now I can just brush my brows and see if I have to cut them.
I've been literally listening to him the whole time and staring at my eyebrows and realizing I have been doing everything wrong this whole time.
But now we have a plan.
We have a plan,
way,
and I
way,
am very
way.
thankful. Although I have like a patch here that's got like a little bit of a hole that I gotta fill in. Okay.
We could